Star Trek Day was last week. Let's talk about it. So, last week, among other things, Star Trek Day was held. And a lot of things were announced, and I would like to talk about them right now. Uh, First and foremost, they announced that next year, which will be their 60th anniversary, they're going to do several Star Trek themed things, such as Star Trek will be partnered with the Rose Parade, which, if you know, it's a parade that's held in California, and I feel like it goes hand in hand with Star Trek pretty well. The only problem is that with parades usually comes a lot of people who want to celebrate other things. And we've seen in recent years that a lot of weird people have glommed onto Star Trek and made it their own instead of everybody's own. Uh, so on January 1st, they're going to have a celebration at the Rose Parade with a customized float themed around Star Trek. It'll be streamed online, and also it'll be attended by several thousand people as well. The official blurb on their website, it says that Star Trek's innovative float design will reflect values of hope, inclusivity, exploration, and unity, and will spotlight the upcoming new series Star Trek Starfleet Academy, while honoring 60 years of Star Trek. As we've talked before on this channel, Starfleet Academy kind of doesn't look great. It looks like it's continuing the same legacy of the Kurtzman era Trek, which is really honestly the worst era. And if we could get something different, that would be great, but I don't think we're getting anything great. Last week, on September 11th, Strange New Worlds ended its third season. And I eventually will definitely get to that. But they did announce essentially that there's going to be two more seasons 4 and 5, of Strange New Worlds. So eventually we'll get there, and I'll be reviewing every episode. Also announced was their partnership with Do Something and their Boldly Go Green initiative. Do Something is a national hub for youth-centered leadership, and they have a new campaign that will start next year, centered around making an environmental impact in multiple locations and in celebration of Star Trek, Starfleet Academy, and Star Trek's 60th anniversary. Are you tired of me saying Star Trek yet? The most exciting thing they announced last week was their partnership with LEGO. And they had a mini teaser that I'll play right here. This actually looks pretty cool because it seems to be Star Trek TNG related. The little minifigure of Picard is not only adorable, but I can't wait to own the entire crew. They haven't released specifics just yet, but we can assume that there will be a line of at least minifigures and several ships, probably starting with the USS Enterprise D. Hopefully we get a game. That would be wonderful. I think the LEGO games are really cool, and it would be fun to explore LEGO-themed areas of Star Trek. Also talked about was the all-new original show on Nickelodeon called Star Trek Scouts, which actually seemed to be the most competent thing that Star Trek has put out in a very long time. I'll play a little clip of it here.
It's asteroid blasting time!
Your mission is to discover, grow, and boldly go.
So there you have it. Kids, Star Trek. I hope they go together like peanut butter and jelly. But it is also a very strange detour. I know Star Trek fans aren't unaccustomed to having a cartoon about Star Trek, but this is a little bit different. It's kind of in the same style as Paw Patrol. So it's clearly aimed at much younger kids. The official description on the website says it's produced and developed by Nickelodeon in association with CBS Studios. It says Star Trek Scouts follows 3 8-year-old friends, JR, Sprocket, and Rue, as they train to become future Starfleet explorers by going on epic, out-of-this-world missions that pushes them to discover, grow, and boldly go. There's already 2 episodes out already, and eventually there's going to be several episodes, but right now there's only 2. It looks very kid-centered, which is fine. It's not made for adults, but I'm sure adults can watch it and enjoy it as well. It just looks very kid-oriented. And I don't know many kids who are into Star Trek right now. But, hey, get them while they're young, I guess. Get them while they're young is something that a lot of Hollywood producers have said in the past. The all-new scripted podcast called Star Trek Con launched last week. And the first full episode, I think, is on YouTube now. The first episode is called Paradise. I have not listened to this just yet, but I probably will give it a listen and see if it sounds interesting. I'm not too interested in Khan. I think they did his character well in the original show, then in the movie, and I think it was pretty well covered in those 2 things. I don't think we need another Khan. Looks like Navina Andrews from Lost will be voicing Khan, and it does bring back Tim Russ is reprising his role as Ensign Tuvok, and George Takei is going to be reprising his role as Captain Sulu. It says that there will be new episodes weekly starting on Mondays, and it's going to go all the way through November 3rd. So if you want to give that a listen, there it is. There will also be a Star Trek cruise next year. The Star Trek cruise will be setting sail in February from the 20th to the 27th in 2026. William Shatner will be there. Walter Koenig will be there. And along with 20 more actors from the Star Trek universe. It says they will commemorate the milestone alongside fans with special events and activities honoring 6 decades of Star Trek's iconic shows and films. So, if you've got the money to spend and go on a cruise right now, go enjoy yourself a Star Trek cruise. But, friends, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to talk about the Star Trek announcements that were made last week. My personal favorite being the Lego announcement. I'm a big fan of Lego, and I think if they come out with a game that's centered around that, I will definitely stream it here. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What was your favorite thing that was announced last week? And what do you think I should talk about next? Because I take suggestions. Just saying. Anyway, I thank you for watching. Live long and Qapla'.